Welcome back from the break. Tom Butler talking about the postures that we all tend to assume when we're doing, in fact, most of the time assume the wrong posture and the wrong position. So what Tom is trying to do here, not only show us how to, and we talked about, setting back further than chair, Tom, scooting up close your work, bring what you're looking at and working at with the computer screen up. Don't stretch out so far. Get in that anatomically correct position, and taking the time, actually, I think that's probably our biggest thing, is we don't take the time to sit and go, oh, wait a minute, let me get in the right position first. We just start doing what we're doing. The next thing you know, it's an hour, and we're cramped up. And I love the 20-20-20 thing. If you saw it before the break here, Tom was talking about 20-20-20. That's
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Blink 20 times.
And then in turn, focus on something else every 20 minutes. Just look around the room. To me, I'm kind of a hyperactive guy, so I don't have a problem with that, because I can't stay fixed and focused too long on any one thing. So maybe that's my ADD working there. I don't know. But anyway, Tom, as far as exercises are concerned, share a little bit more with us on what we can do here to help with this.
That's great. Listen, guys, let's start off with the people that you've already been doing it wrong for 10 years or whatever, and you'll know who you are. And if you don't know, have your husband or wife look at you, and I'll tell you how you'll know. So turn to the side. Todd's fine, but you'll get a big hump right here. Okay? I'm sorry if you're over 70, I can make you feel better, but I can't fix it.
Can't get rid of the hump, can you?
But now if you're in your 50s and below, here's some things you can all do, and you don't have to love chiropractors. You can just do this to yourself. So the thing is, once you get this hump here, let's call it a hump, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
hump, whatever.
Yeah.
Then,
distortion.
Like we talked about, Todd, your chin will you'll be sort of out.
Yes, because of that.
Because of that.
Right.
And they'll say, well, I don't hurt, and then the next thing they say, I can turn my head. So anyway.
Like an ape can, basically.
Yeah. So let's go back to our 20-20-20. So while we're doing this, so you can get it all done at the same time, you can do a couple exercises, and you'll help kind of correct that. Mm-hmm. So wouldn't that be nice?
And so instead of here, bring your head back.
That's one of the exercises. You just pull it back 10 times.
Interesting.
So you pull the chin back. It's not this way, folks.
Yeah, right.
It's like
back.
I always tell them your chin's like a railroad car, and you're just pulling back on the tracks.
Right.
You're not
lifting. Right.
Yeah, you're going straight
parallel
back.
with the floor, basically.
And the other one, you just put your arms out. Mm-hmm. And then you just pull back, and you kind of squeeze your elbows back behind you.
Yes.
And you do that 10
Square
times.
everything up.
Yeah. And that stretches the front, which gets too tight because we stay all drawn over. Mm-hmm. And then it contracts back here. Now, if you want to go to the gym, you guys can do the low cable rows and things like that.
In which, to me, I just thought, well, and another thing to do through all this to help with overall posture, strengthen the muscle around it.
For sure.
Strengthen that muscle so the muscle is more rigid. But the one thing I find, Tom, and I know you find this as well, it's the basis of your business. If you're out in your bone structure as far as your spinal column, then the muscles take over to try to compensate. And that's why you got somebody who's got stiffness here and here, because they're this way and the body's trying. So you bring that back into line, takes the pressure off the muscle, allows that muscle to relax, and allows the spinal column to hold the weight like it's supposed to, as opposed to being distorted. But we have to work on that. I mean, not just coming to you, it's almost like you're fixing the problem, but the only person, at least temporarily, but the only person that can really fix it long term is that person doing these exercises and working on their posture, right? I mean, there's no way that, unless you want to pay Tom until you're at 90 to crack you and get you back in line or do ultrasound or whatever, you really need to do these exercises to be successful.
Occasionally people say, I don't want to hear anything you say, Butler. I'm not changing. You just come here and you can fix me.
You go, okay, that'd be $35.
I'll say it costs you more.
It costs you more, right? And you're going to keep me in business. Thanks a lot. And
I call it job security.
Job security for sure. But it's a shame, because what Tom's trying to do here is basically put himself out of business to some degree. I mean, he's trying to say, look, here's how you can avoid me, and that's what we really are trying to do, is avoid having these problems where we have to see chiropractors and doctors and those type of things. So that's the basis of this show, folks, is the very fundamental exercises and very basic exercises. And don't tell me that you don't have time to do this or it hurts too bad, because nothing about this or this hurts at all. Now, I come to the gym and I can show you some things that will hurt you, that's difficult to do. But interesting, Tom, as far as wrapping it up here, spending the time, working on your position before you start any of these things as far as sedentary, then work on these things that will help you exercise wise to put yourself back into that position. That's the real key here, isn't it?
Yeah, and then since your job is stationary, move. So at your break time, move. You're great at a computer, but when you get home, you don't get to do the computer. You get to go move.
Right.
So you can ride a bike, you can swim,
Stretch,
you can walk, you can
all of yoga, whatever it may
any
be.
kind of balancing techniques, anything that's fun. Go dancing, go have a garden. I really don't care. But if your job was really strenuous, you want to go home and rest. But if your job, I'm sorry, folks, you're tired when you get home from sitting all day.
Mental.
Get up and go.
Yeah, and it's a mental stress more than it is anything else. So, well, that's what we try to do here, folks, is to de-stress you, entertain you a little bit, make you laugh. Listening to two goofballs talk here, it's a lot of fun, and we just try to bring you some basic information. So we appreciate you joining us here. Remember, folks, work on your posture. Sit up straight like your mother tells you to, and Tom gives us some great advice here on how to do that. So, Tom, we appreciate it. We'll see you next week, folks, on this edition of Understanding Your Health.